Welcome back to Crypto Spaces, back with what I think is a potential 100x, if not 1000x gem for you guys. This potentially could be a $1 billion project, if not $1 billion, anywhere in the hundreds of millions in market cap, guys. We are taking a look at Orynth, right? ORY is the ticker. And this was a project that was initially launched on the Bags app. You know how we've talked about Ralph. Ralph did a 10x for us, and I'm still bullish on Ralph. I took profits on Ralph, left in my moon bag. Let's see if the moon bag gets to, Ralph gets to $1, right? That's what moon bags are for, right? But I rotated some profits from a lot of my other projects because, while it was on the Bags app, it was making massive moves from less than $1 million market cap all the way up to 3 to 4 million. A lot of people haven't taken notice of it because they didn't do their research on ORY, but this is another launch pad that has, a ton of projects that has been launched on it, and they've already distributed $386,000 to developers, right? So people that want to build their protocols, this is one of the places you could find your niche and build out a massive protocol, right? So originally Orynth was on the Bags app, but they recently migrated to their own network, their own protocol, their own ecosystem now. So they're no longer on the Bags app, right? You'll probably see more of that as time progresses. You're gonna just like we see with Pump Fund, for example. Pump Fund is going heavy on the ICM space, and they're doing a $3 million hackathon, which is called the Pump Fund, to push to have on-chain tokenization, right? On-chain startups, on-chain companies. Pump Fund is really has literally just started to push that because of the success we see with the Bags app, because of the success we see with MetaDAO, right? And ORY is one of those underrated protocols, in my opinion, that will eventually start to get its shine as well. So I'm making the video now before it's up 5x. I'm trying to get it out as quickly as possible to my followers. Again, none of this is paid. None of this is paid, right? This is just me sharing my trades with you guys, and once I have the time to get it out there, I get it out there for you guys, right? So again, $386,000 distributed to project founders. Again, this is going to be more of in my opinion, this is more of an undervalued, underrated, launch pad or a protocol to get, startups on chain, tokenization of startups, right? So it's going to be very undervalued, but I still think exposure to this is going to be a very smart move. And obviously, I always preach never to invest more than you're willing to lose, right? Just some exposure is better than no exposure in these markets, right? Because if you do get exposure and this thing goes 50x, 100x, boom, you're happy you had some exposure, right? You don't have to full port the coin. You never have to full port the coin. You could just get some exposure. So ORY, where products find their market, right? And this is why you see Pump Fund doing that $3 million hackathon fund, because Elon is very smart. His team is very smart. They're seeing the competition that is arising. Just recently, Bags app flipped Pump Fund in revenue, right? And that instantly made them like, they're shitting bricks, pissing their pants. They're like, yo, something is happening here. Something is happening here, right? So with that being the case, you'll see this more and more competition arise, and then all of a sudden that's going to be good for crypto. The more competition, the more protocols, the more launch pads that could push against Pump Fund will just make the entirety of the Solana ecosystem a better place, in my opinion, right? So ORY is another competitor, right? And now everyone can migrate their original ORY from the Bags app to the official ORY ecosystem now, right? So this is it right here. Right now it's at 1.4, 1.5 million. I did not get the low. I bought in around 1.3, right? I'm not perfect. Nobody is, right? So my entry is around 1.3 million, and I'm bringing it to you guys. And again, this is extremely undervalued for, a successful launch pad that has already generated almost, $500,000 for developers, for startups, for companies, right? So if you feel like, man, Bags app and Pump Fund, they're already too big, right? I'm a developer and I need a start. Well, you could use ORY instead. You could use ORY because it hasn't had its breakout it hasn't had its breakout, project yet. It hasn't had that yet. And you, as the developer, could be the project that makes that breakout project for ORY. And again, this is a fully diluted. You see how Pump Fund, for example, still has tokens to unlock. BagZap doesn't have a token. MetaDAO had a token, right? And you see how successful MetaDAO has done, right? MetaDAO, it's another one, another launchpad project. It's gonna just be a competition of the launchpads, man, and the best one will win, right? So you have look at how low MetaDAO was. MetaDAO was at $1, went all the way up 10x to $10. It was all the way down at what market cap? 20 mil market cap, went to 237 million market cap. So is it safe to say that fair value for ORY is around 100 mil to a billion? Because if Pump Fund, what is Pump Fund sitting at right now? Let's take a look, right? Pump Fund right now is sitting at, no, ticker is Pump, right? Yeah, Pump. The ticker is Pump. So Pump Fund right now is sitting at 1.4 billion, circulating 2.45 billion FDV. That's where Pump is at right now. And MetaDAO is at 200 what was it at? 137 million? 237 million? 130 million. Okay, FDV. Okay, all right. 130 million for MetaDAO, right? So is it safe to say ORY could potentially get anywhere from that 100 million to billion market cap range? I think that's the case, guys. I really think that would be possible from here, from this under 1.5 mil entry, right? Now, obviously, like I said, don't break the bank, guys. You don't overinvest more than you're willing to lose, right? This is going to be a very volatile project because it's very undervalued. But again, we've seen, like I showed you guys, this is a team of builders. They're taking this thing serious. They've already generated over $386,000 to developers and builders. So I think that's going to continue, right? And again, the token is actually live. BagZap token is not live yet. Pump Fund is live, MetaDAO is live, but ORY is live, and it's so undervalued, right? Even let's say 50 mil market cap, I think that's extremely possible here, right? So as always, guys, none of this is financial advice.